and I will let you know how it tastes. As I said, it smells amazing in this kitchen right now, so I'm hoping it tastes as good as it smells. That is lovely. It's really nice. The chicken kind of overpowers the rice, I have to say, but there still is a lot of flavour in the rice as well. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis, and in today's video I want to share with you how to make this delicious Mexican roast chicken with garlic and rosemary rice. As I just mentioned, today I want to share with you how to make a really delicious chicken and rice dish. This recipe is very easy and it's also very tasty as well. It's really flavoursome, it's got a lot of flavour to it, and it makes a really nice midweek meal, but it also makes a really quick weekend dish as well. So it's one of those dishes you can have to hand if you're in a little bit of a hurry and you need food on the table for you and or your family as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some oil to this small mixing bowl. So I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil. I think in the original recipe I said the same, to use about the same amount, maybe 2 to 4 tablespoons. I am making this for my husband and myself this evening because my son isn't a great fan of spicy chicken. He will eat the rice because he loves garlic and rosemary, but he probably won't eat the chicken. So I'm just doing this for my husband and myself, but I'm still going to add the same amount of spice. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of mild chili powder. You can use hot if you want to. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon of ground sweet cinnamon as well. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of smoked paprika to that. And then I'm also going to add some ground cumin as well. So about a teaspoon of that. When ground cumin is mixed in with stuff, it smells really nice, but when it's not, I don't know, it's got quite a pungent smell. And then I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of ground coriander as well. And then I'm going to add in a teaspoon of dried oregano or oregano, depending on which continent you're standing. And I'm going to mix those together, and I'm just going to go and grab my salt and pepper as well. I'm going to add those to taste. So I've grabbed my salt and pepper, so I'm just going to add a pinch or 2 of salt. Salt and pepper to your taste. You don't have to add it if you don't want to, but it does make it a little bit more flavoursome if there is a little bit in there. So I'm just going to add a wee bit. We like salt and pepper, but we don't like too much in this house. And then I'm going to go and grab my chicken. I've got the chicken, and what I'm going to do is I am going to spread the marinade that we made earlier over the piece of chicken. And while I start to cook the sort of rice, or the risotto rice, I'm going to put this in the fridge. I've already preheated my oven to 200 degrees. So when I've started cooking the rice, I will pop the chicken in and I will bake this for about 25 to 30 minutes or until it starts to go a lovely golden brown colour. I'm just going to use my hands now because I do find that easier. And I'm going to make sure that the chicken is all covered in this beautiful marinade. And I'm going to pop this in the fridge for about half an hour. But you could make this the day before and stick it in the fridge overnight, or you could make this on the morning of and put it in the fridge. It really doesn't matter. As long as it's covered in the marinade, then it's fine. So as I said, I'm off to pop this in the fridge for about half an hour. I have just finished prepping all the ingredients for the garlic and rosemary rice that I'm going to make. And now I'm going to put the chicken breast into the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And while this is cooking, I will cook the rice off. So I'm going to go and wash my hands, and then I'll pop this into the oven. Now I'm going to make the rice. So the first thing I've done is I've grabbed myself a large saucepan, and I'm going to put this onto a high heat on my hob. And I'm going to add oil to the base of this pan. And then I'm going to leave this pan to heat up. But before I go, I just want to say that if you have enjoyed this video today, then please feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you did really enjoy this video, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or any comments, then please feel free to leave those in the comments section below. Everything like that really helps me out, and I would really appreciate it. So as I said, I'm just going to leave this pan to heat up. Pan is getting nice and hot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop one onion into the base. So I've peeled, sliced and diced one red onion, and as I said, I'm just going to pop this into the base of the pan like so, and I'm going to fry this until it starts to soften. So the onion has started to soften. It's also started to go a lovely golden brown colour. So I'm just going to turn the heat down slightly, and then I'm going to add in about 4 cloves of garlic. So I've got 4 cloves that I've just peeled and sliced, and I'm just going to pop those into the base of my pan, and I'm going to fry the garlic until it starts to go a slightly golden brown colour, and you can start to smell it as well. It should only take about 20 to 30 seconds or so before that starts to happen, and I can see it going golden brown now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the courgette. So I've got 1 courgette that I peeled and grated. Now you don't have to grate the courgette if you don't want to. You can just chop it up. I tend to grate it because I find it cooks a little bit quicker if I grate it. So it only takes about a minute or so just to warm it through. That's all you want to do really. This pan is still slightly too hot, so I'm going to turn the heat down just one more. And I'm just going to continue to fry the courgette until it's just heated through. And then I'm going to add in my rice. So I've got about 180 grams of rice. So I'm feeding this as if it serves 2 and a little one. In the original recipe it serves 4, and it does say 300 grams of rice. But obviously we won't be having this as leftovers because rice is not really great the next day. Or if you do have rice the next day, you should really eat it the next day as well. As soon as you start to cook rice, it tends to get germs in it, and it can become quite rancid very quickly, I think is the word. So I generally tend to make rice. If I'm making a stir fry, I'll make the rice in the morning and leave it to cool all day, and then I will just cook it off with the egg in the evening. You can do it the day before as well, and you can eat rice the day after, but it must be eaten the day after. So, and I quite fancy something slightly different for my lunch tomorrow maybe. So I didn't want to have leftover rice tomorrow. So I've decided to halve and then just add for a little one as well. So as I said, in the original recipe, I think it was 300 grams. The original recipe serves 4 people. So if you want to make it as the original recipe, then that's how much rice you will need. And I'm just frying this until it starts to become slightly clear and translucent, which I think it has, and I've got to go and grab my chicken stock. So I've got the stock, and I'm going to add in about 600 to 800 mils of chicken stock to this. So let me just whittle it down. And what you want to do is you want to make sure the rice is all flat on the bottom, and then you can put the spoon in, and as soon as the rice hits the top, as soon as the spoon hits the top of the rice, you can remove it. I need a little bit more stock in that, so I need to add just a little bit more, and then I'm just going to do the same again and see where. No, that's perfect now. That's just the right amount. So if you measure a line on your spoon about 2 centimetres up, that's how much stock you will need. So when the spoon hits the top of the rice at the bottom of the pan, and it measures to about 2 centimetres, which is your middle finger there, like so. Apparently I have measured that is 2 centimetres. So yes, when it's about 2 centimetres, that's a perfect amount of stock. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat back up and I'm going to bring this to the boil. So the pan has come to the boil and I'm not going to remove the lid. I'm going to leave the lid on and I'm going to turn the heat down and I'm going to leave this to simmer. The chicken has cooked, the juices are running clear, so I'm going to take this out of the oven and I'm going to leave it to cool, and I'm just waiting for the rice to finish cooking. The rice is almost done. Most of the liquid has disappeared. When I pull this spoon back, no liquid rolls forward, so that's how you know it's cooked. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in just a small handful of rosemary. So I went into the garden this morning and I picked some rosemary. I picked about 3 or 4 stalks of rosemary, and then I removed the leaves from the stalks, and then I just simply chopped it up and I've added that to the rice, and that gives it lots of flavour and makes it very tasty. And if you wanted to, if you have used hot chili powder, you could always use a wedge of lime or lemon as well to add even more flavour and a little bit of coolness to the chicken as well. So I'm going to take this off the heat and I'm going to serve this, and then I will let you know how it tastes. But right now this kitchen smells amazing. As promised, I'm going to try some of this now. The chicken had been left to rest for a good 10 minutes, so I'm just going to take a little bit off the bottom and I'm going to try a little bit with the rice, and I will let you know how it tastes. As I said, it smells amazing in this kitchen right now, so I'm hoping it tastes as good as it smells. That is lovely. Really nice. The chicken kind of overpowers the rice, I have to say, but there still is a lot of flavour in the rice as well. I can just taste the rosemary and the garlic, but the spices, that blend of spices on the chicken is just delicious. So yes, I am really looking forward to having this for my dinner this evening. That's how you make this delicious Mexican roast chicken with garlic and rosemary rice, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be having this for our dinner this evening, and it smells and tastes so good, I can't wait. So for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll be watching my next video.